damn phones. Babylons can't crack the code.
24/7 Sports recently put out an article about the best high school football players this century ranked, and in today's video, I am going to be talking about the top 5 players ranked and talk about what happened to them today. And as usual with another B. Kelly banger, remember to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already because we are on the road to 10K. Now, let's get into it. Coming in at number 5 from the 2003 recruiting class was two-way star from North Florida Christian High School in Ernie Sims. Now in this class, he was a 5-star recruit and the #1 player in the nation, and one of the most sought-after recruits in the nation as well. And when it was all said and done in his recruiting process, he would end up choosing the Seminoles of Florida State. Ernie Sims would end up having a good career at Florida State while he was a Seminole. He only played there for 3 seasons where he racked up 200 career tackles, 21 tackles for loss, 7 sacks, and 3 forced fumbles. He would forgo his final year of eligibility and declare his name for the 2006 NFL Draft, where he was taken in the first round, 9th overall selection by the Detroit Lions. He would end up playing in the NFL for a total of 8 seasons, 4 in Detroit, 2 in Dallas, 1 in Indianapolis, and 1 in Philadelphia. For his career, he had a total of 623 total tackles, 5.5 sacks, 26 tackles for loss, 3 fumble recoveries, 6 forced fumbles, and 1 interception. The best of him in his NFL career was in his first 3 seasons in Detroit from 2006 to 2008, and then after that he started declining a little bit each season depending on the amount of games he played in, as he really never had his numbers that he had in his first 3 years once he hit his year 4 in Detroit and all the other teams he started to play for thereafter. Coming in at number 4, we have defensive end from Grayson High School in Loganville, Georgia, in Robert Nkemdiche from the 2013 recruiting class. Now in this class, according to the 24/7 Sports composite rankings, he was the #1 player in his class and a 5-star recruit, as this guy in high school was impossible to stop. The guy was amazing and a beast. And when it came down to a decision for college, he would end up choosing Ole Miss. Nkemdiche would have a 3-year career at Ole Miss, where he had 81 total tackles, 16 tackles for loss, and 6 sacks. In 2015, as a junior, he had his biggest season yet in his college career, where he had 26 total tackles, 7 tackles for loss, and 3 sacks on the season. As well, in that year, he was named 2nd-team All-American and 1st-team All-SEC. He would forgo his final year of eligibility at Ole Miss and declare his name for the 2016 NFL Draft, where he was taken with the 29th overall selection in the first round by the Arizona Cardinals. Nkemdiche's NFL career has not gone the way that many people thought it would. He's played a total of 4 seasons in the NFL from 2016 to 2019, 3 with Arizona, and 1 with Miami. The big thing that's been dragging him down is injury issues. The guy's gotten injured a lot while being in the league, and ultimately it's been curtailing his career. He's played in 29 games so far, starting in 6 of them. He has 44 total career tackles, 4.5 sacks, 10 tackles for loss, 1 fumble recovery, and 2 forced fumbles. Now, I know I've talked about him a lot on this channel so far, but here's a quick update on him now. He is currently with the Seahawks trying to make the final roster for the 2021 NFL season. Now up at number 3 is defensive lineman from the 2016 recruiting class, Rashan Gary. Now in this class, Gary ranked as the #1 player in the nation and a 5-star recruit according to 24/7 Sports. And his recruitment was primarily between Michigan and Clemson out of his total 30 offers he had, and he would end up choosing Michigan. Rashan Gary would spend a total of 3 seasons at Michigan as a member of the Wolverine football team. In his career, he had 119 total tackles, 23 tackles for loss, 9.5 sacks, and 1 forced fumble. His biggest season in his career came as a sophomore in his 2017 campaign, as in 13 games played, he had 58 total tackles, 11.5 tackles for loss, 5.5 sacks, and 1 forced fumble. He would end his career as a 2-time first-team All-Big Ten, and he would forgo his final year of eligibility, just like many people on this list so far, and declare his name for the 2019 NFL Draft, where he was taken in the first round, 12th overall selection by the Green Bay Packers. Gary has spent a total of 2 seasons in the NFL so far, both with the Green Bay Packers. As a rookie in 2019, he didn't start in a single game and was just a backup, but he still racked up some solid numbers as a backup, as he had 21 total tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and 2 sacks. In 2020, his playing time went up as he started in 4 games of the 15 he played in, as he had 35 total tackles, 5 tackles for loss, and 5 sacks, even a fumble recovery. In his career so far, he's had 56 total tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 7 sacks, and 2 fumble recoveries in his career, and he's expected to have a big jump in playing time going into year 3 as a Packer. Coming in at number 2, we have quarterback from the 2021 recruiting class from South Lake Carroll High School in Quinn Ewers. Now, Quinn Ewers was originally in the 2022 class, but he recently reclassified and is now part of the 2021 class, and is even now with the Ohio State Buckeyes football team. As a recruit, he ranked as the #1 recruit in the nation in 2021 after he reclassified, as he was viewed as a top player in 2022 and a top all-time quarterback as well. In his 2 seasons as the starting quarterback for South Lake Carroll High School, as a sophomore and junior, he completed a total of 70% of his passes, threw for 6,445 yards, 73 touchdowns, and only 8 interceptions. The guy is a baller, and I cannot wait to see him play at Ohio State once he's given the keys to start eventually in his career. To top off this list, we have the #1 all-time player according to 24/7 Sports coming out of high school in Jadeveon Clowney from the 2011 recruiting class. In this class, obviously, if he was the #1 all-time player, he's a 5-star recruit and the #1 player in the nation. He was sought after by all the top programs in the nation, but he decided to be a hometown hero and go to the in-state team of South Carolina. Jadeveon Clowney would have an amazing career at South Carolina in the 3 years he was there. He had 129 total tackles, 47 tackles for loss, 24 sacks, 7 pass deflections, 1 fumble recovery, and 9 forced fumbles. In his career at South Carolina, he would rack up accolades such as second team All-SEC in 2011, the Ted Hendricks Award in 2012, SEC Defensive Player of the Year in 2012, 2-time first team All-SEC, 2-time first team All-American. He would forgo his final year of eligibility in college and declare his name for the 2014 NFL Draft, where he was the #1 pick by the Houston Texans. He has played in a total of 7 NFL seasons so far, primarily with the Houston Texans, as he's played 5 years in Houston, 1 year in Seattle, and 1 year in Tennessee. He has had a few injury issues during his career in a few seasons, but he still had a pretty good career so far, as he has 255 total tackles, 32 sacks, 75 tackles for loss, 8 fumble recoveries, 10 forced fumbles, and even 1 interception. In his career as well, he has made 2 Pro Bowl appearances, and going into his 8th season in the NFL, he is with the Cleveland Browns. Well, guys, if you guys ain't made it this far in the video, remember to smash that like button, turn on the post notifications, and subscribe for more videos. B. Kelly out.